The real reason Jaylen Brown isn't on Team USA. Jaylen Brown won the most valuable player title in the NBA Finals about a month ago, and that would be the last time he would play basketball until the following season. This is because Team USA had already filled out their squad. On the other hand, it was reported that Kawhi Leonard had decided to withdraw from the Olympics, which allowed Jaylen Brown to potentially compete in the competition. Then, however, Derrick White was chosen instead of him, and everyone was left wondering why that particular pick was made without explanation. In response, Grant Hill, the manager of Squad USA, was prepared with the following statement: "You have 12 spots and you need to build a team. Leaving someone off the roster that I am a fan of is one of the things that I find to be the most difficult." Even though he claims that his objective is to form a team, which is unquestionably the appropriate thing to do, I do not believe that this is the complete truth. I believe that simply putting together a team is not enough. In 2016, Jaylen was drafted into the National Basketball Association NBA, and he immediately inked a contract with Adidas that would span his first 5 seasons in the league. However, ever since Brown's contract with Adidas shoes expired in 2021, Jaylen has been a free agent in the footwear industry. Despite this, he continues to wear Nike products, particularly their shoes, with some modifications added to them. Jaylen Brown has been seen wearing a variety of Nike shoes, the most notable of which are Kobe's, but he always manages to conceal a Nike swoosh. This can be accomplished by simply covering up the logo with a custom design, or by simply removing the swoosh entirely. In some instances, he even makes a few subtle references to the well-known slogan, "Just do it," by placing the phrase, "Just do better" instead. Of course, that is not all. During the entire Kyrie Irving and Nike scandal that occurred in 2022, Jaylen Brown voiced his disapproval of Phil Knight, the founder of Nike, by asking, "Since when did Nike care about ethics?" The feud that had been going on between Nike and Jaylen Brown was certainly noteworthy at this time. But what is the significance of this? On the other hand, considering that Squad USA is associated with Nike, I do not believe it is an overstatement to suggest that there are further reasons besides simply not being selected for a squad that Jaylen Brown was not chosen for. It is obvious that Nike has a personal grudge against Brown, and the company did not want him to be anywhere near Team USA. As a result of the fact that this conflict existed, Grant Hill was duped into telling an evident lie. "I must put together a team, and it is my responsibility to put together a team that is complementary to each other, a team that is compatible, and a team that will provide us with the best possible possibility for success." Why would the decision be made to replace Kawhi Leonard with Derrick White rather than a player who is capable of playing like Kawhi? If the end goal is to produce a great team, then why would the decision be made? Jaylen Brown is a larger two-way wing who can score at an elite level and defend very well. He is similar to Kawhi Leonard in this regard. My understanding is that Derrick White is more of a role player, and in theory, he would be more comfortable playing for a team that is full of superstars. This is because he does not need to be a scoring option at all. However, if this is the case, then it begs the question: if the objective is to create a fantastic team, why would Grant Hill even choose Kawhi in the first place? There is no other rational explanation for the selection of Derrick White other than the fact that he is not a superstar. Is there a reason why he was not chosen in the first place? It is simply a situation that is quite suspicious. 3 members of the Boston Celtics are going to be playing together for Team USA, but Jaylen Brown is not one of them. Both the Eastern Conference Finals MVP and the Finals MVP awards are awarded to Brown. Initially, Jason Tatum is chosen, but Kawhi decides to withdraw and Derrick White is chosen to take his place. If it is not skill-oriented but rather more fit-oriented, then is Derrick White the better alternative for the existing position? On the other hand, Brandon Ingram was intended to be one of the faces of Team USA during the FIBA World Cup that took place the previous year. On the other hand, that anticipation was not met at all because he turned out to be practically unplayable. Looking back, the choice made complete and utter sense. Ingram is a player who is capable of making both difficult shots and putting the ball in the hoop. And what club doesn't require a player who can score at a high level? To be honest, Team USA does not. When considering Brandon as a player in the National Basketball Association NBA, it is evident that he would be highly appreciated because there are not an infinite number of players who are capable of scoring like he is. Nevertheless, when it comes to Team USA, it is not that difficult to locate guys who are capable of scoring. The selection team has access to around 80 to 90% of the best talent in the National Basketball Association NBA, which means that the value of players who can only score is significantly reduced. In other cases, the selection process will be determined by the other things that players are capable of doing in addition to scoring. Josh Hart and other players were able to be more playable than Brandon because Ingram is a scorer in every sense of the word. However, why am I the one to tell you this? The reason for this is that Jaylen Brown is not the same as Brandon Ingram. It is not just his ability to score that makes Jaylen a remarkable player, he is also an outstanding defender. Because the United States Olympic team currently possesses such a strong scoring lineup, there is no reason why Jaylen Brown would not be an excellent addition to this group of athletes. He is readily capable of playing in the same manner as Derrick White can, and the fact that he is physically larger is always seen to be an advantage. Several articles that I've read have concentrated on guards from other countries being the top players on their respective teams. Some examples of these guards include Patty Mills from Australia, Shai and Murray from Canada, and Dennis Schroeder from Germany. As a result of this tendency, some individuals have asserted that defensive guards have become more crucial than defensive wings, which is an absurdly incorrect statement. Putting excellent defensive wings on offensive guards already offers the defender an advantage over a defensive guard because they can cover more ground. To begin, taller players often have longer wingspans, which enables them to be more successful in reaching in for steals and blocking shots. Additionally, take a look at the defense that Brown is putting up as he consumes his opponent. In this particular instance, Jaylen Brown is more athletic than Derrick White, which is contrary to the general rule that wings are stronger. It is Brown who brings the house down. Brown is an exceptional defender because he makes use of all of these assets. His versatility surpasses that of Derrick, as he can be employed to protect 1, 2, 3, and even 4 players at the same time. His ability to guard the rim in transition is demonstrated by the phrase "harden in transition." Oh, blocked by Brown. He's also capable of protecting the rim in the half court. For example, hit 20. Jaylen Brown gets Mitchell at the rack. During a time that Curry is losing the ball to the backcourt, he causes havoc versus players on the perimeter. It's been that kind of half for Steph Curry. In addition to this, he maintains his position in front of his opponent. Bogdanovic against Brown, a great matchup, and JB pokes it away. In addition, Jaylen would have been an excellent backup for Derrick White if one of the small forwards on the team sustained an injury. We hope that this does not occur, but if it did, it would have been a terrific situation. Even though White is an excellent player in general, there is no question that Jaylen Brown should have been Kawhi's successor the whole time. But in any case, gentlemen, what are your thoughts on the current circumstance? Do you think that Jaylen Brown should be Kawhi's replacement, or do you think that they made the proper choice by selecting Derrick White instead? Please share your thoughts with me in the comments section below, and I will see you all in the next one.